Hello everybody, welcome back to another Naruto x Boruto Ninja Voltage video. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about bases and fortress installation and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy this. Subscribe if you're new for more content. That being said, as you see, my base is on a, well, you can't see it all, but it's probably about a 15 game or 20 game win streak by now. And really, all this comes from being as scummy as possible. Yes, I do not really like that you have to do what you have to do to get good defense wins. But the game needs to fix it, and that's not the player's fault or problem. And I get frustrated by it too, because I can't win every every attack mission. Just gonna put that out there because of this exact same tactic I'm going to show you guys. So trust me, it affects me as well. It affects everybody, and I hope that they fix this. But until then, this is how you get really good defense wins. So first and foremost, you need to upgrade your base to level 13 at minimum, so you can actually go ahead and use the installation feature when it comes to fortresses. So when it comes to fortresses installation, what you need to do is basically, excuse me, make it as scummy as you can. Paper bombs, bear traps, and then these wind tornado traps are basically the only thing you need. In most cases, people can't even make it all the way through because either they run out of time, they die too quickly due to all the paper bombs, and also a little shocker thing in tandem with the bear traps. You know, most of the time they can't even make it too far. And then what I like to do is I try to at least make it a bit more to where you can fight a couple of tough matches too. For example, this Gara has like almost 80,000 power. There he is, 77,000. He's got an ultimate jutsu and stuff like that. I try to make it a little bit more difficult as you get in. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do at this stage because this is just kind of unnecessary. You don't want too many unnecessary fights. It's just more opportunities for Shizune to heal if they're not controlling the Shizune themselves. So you don't want too many of those. This is another tougher fight. Again, I'm going to probably switch this up just a little bit. These two, I'm not too familiar, or not too sure I want to do with them. And I'm going to get rid of this as well. But all in all, basically the gist is, again, bear traps. I like the ceiling scrolls. They're in there too. Sometimes people get caught off guard with a ceiling scroll, and then they wind up walking into my actual battlefield without their jutsus for a little bit. Also, this is what's going on in this area. They try to approach Naruto. They're going to get bounced typically to this area, which if they haven't triggered all my traps, they will. And aside from that, Naruto's going to get a free hit in or a few free hits in if he fights them because of the bear traps, while they also get hit by those paper bombs. So if you're wondering how to get more equipment to install, what you have to do is you have to go over to terrain and you have to buy the other sets. You have to make sure you buy all of them. And I didn't know that for a long time, but you have to buy all the different sets of terrain, because what happens is it all gets put into your inventory. So if I buy this one, I'll get more paper bomb 2s, I'll get some more catapults, and I'll get some more you know, summonings, and I'll get level 10 Gamabunta, but I don't plan on using giant beast here. But you know, that's pretty much it. You buy as many of them as you can, and that's how you get more of like the paper bombs and the bear traps and all that stuff. And I really don't want to show people this because that's just going to make it harder to play. But again, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's not the player's fault if this is what we have to do to be competitive in bases. Now, you'll find the one-off player that, you know, doesn't succumb to this type of method, and they're still really good in defense because they have really good shinobi, and that's fair too. But you know, a lot of people just aren't there yet, myself included. So also, you want to make sure you pick a long terrain for starters. You want to make sure you pick a terrain that has a lot of twists and turns. As you see, these ones are missing different scenarios when it comes down to which one you're going to start from as the base and customize, okay? So you want to make sure you pick up one that at least is pretty long and goes in different directions. I believe this is mine. Well, one of these ones is mine. So yeah, that's another thing that you want to do. But like I said, you want to buy as many of those as you can, and of course you get them. You get the Rio by upgrading your restaurant level, and of course just waiting for it to fill up with more Rio there for you to buy that stuff. So let's go ahead and check out some of my defenses. And really, what I've seen is the best characters that have a chance at beating this are one of two things. It's a Sakura main or a Deidara main, or an Itachi main. I don't see too many of those, but those types of characters that can either be really tanky, like Sakura. She has really solid defenses. She also has a healing jutsu. If it's level 1, it's only like 500 power or so, but if it's level 2, it gets like 700, and after that, you know, it goes up and more, so she gets more viable. She starts to become more like Shizune, just basically a better Shizune, because she at least also has an ultimate jutsu, which Shizune does not have, while Shizune heals like double Sakura's power at level 1. So Shizune is really good, but also double healers, people taking a Sakura and a Shizune are really good. But keep in mind one thing. thing. If you put in too many unnecessary fights, that's more opportunities for a non-controlled, so one of the other three that they're not actually playing as, a non-controlled shinobi to heal up. More targeting things like, you know, the fences and stuff like that. That's opportunities for them to heal, because the AI apparently will not heal if they're just trapped in bear traps or they're getting shocked or things like that. It will not heal from my experience. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of replays and then we'll get up out of here. So this is my newest one. This guy actually got relatively far, to be honest. Like, he was able to avoid most of my traps when it came down to it. The only thing he couldn't avoid was the bear traps and paper bombs, but he avoided most of my catapults or my wind tornadoes or whatever. So he came all the way over here. He avoided the ceiling scroll. I like to put that there. You know, I'm kind of on the fence about it because it doesn't last too long to conceal the shinobi around. Gaara went down pretty quickly because he got hit with an ultimate jutsu. That time he actually sprung that trap, so apparently I need to move it to the other area, because really that's designed to send their main by itself to Gaara. So Gaara may have an opportunity to take them out or do some good damage. I got a free shock there, and if you look at it, he's already at half HP with his main character, right? And of course, if you beat the main character, you lose, right? So already at half, and Sakura doesn't heal enough to mitigate this. She doesn't heal enough to make up for the damage that he's losing by getting stuck in all these traps. There's nothing that way, so I'm not worried about that. It's paper bombs. A couple of paper bombs actually sprung when they didn't need to. So really, here he is at his second fight, already this low on HP. He's low enough to where his other characters are starting to use their jutsus. So here's another iffy, kind of tougher fight. If the slugs do their job, the slugs are really good. The slugs are actually really, really good. It's just constant regeneration, because you can't kill the slugs fast enough in a lot of cases, because, you know, they just heal each other pretty much. But in this scenario, he got rid of him pretty quickly. And as you see, his characters are still really low on HP. And since he's not, he's in a different position, because since he's not fighting with a Shizune as well, I don't mind that secondary fight that he had to do. So that catapult there, or wind tornado, I call it catapult, but it's not called a catapult if you're trying to do installations. But anyways, that trap sent his Sakura by itself. This is what the other one is supposed to do. This one does it, and the other one does it. It sends them by themselves to a bigger fight. Now, Naruto isn't too powerful. He's only like 55,000 power or whatever, and he has no ultimate. But at the very least, Sakura is by now really low on HP. This guy should have waited until the rest of his party caught up, because he's going to run into a fight here with some traps. That's the thing. So he's going to fight Naruto, and even if he would have made it out of here, he wouldn't have made it past those traps. Right, and you see my gate was open. As you complete the requirements, the gates do open up a little bit. So if you are able to go through the gate at any point, you know, if you have a really strong jutsu, like a Data Jutsu, you know, or something that can kind of just AoE clear the board really quick, and you don't want to deal with all of that, you can go through. Just know that you're going to take a lot of damage. Your party's going to take a lot of damage. So you want to make sure you're at least at a good portion of HP, which is kind of hard to do. That's why the paper bombs are so impactful. It kind of is a deterrent for people that want to cheat, and not really cheat, but kind of just force their way through the gate before it's fully open. You know, take the shortcut way. Let's go ahead and check out Ginpachi's replay really quick and see what he does here. But yeah, that was actually, he got pretty far. A lot of times, you know, people don't get too far. Now, this replay was before I changed around my base a little bit, so that's another thing. So let's see what he does here. All right, so Kakashi got trapped. There's a paper bomb. See, there was a fence there. There was a catapult right there too. This was before I changed it around a little bit. So I didn't want that second catapult there. Don't want the fences there too. Again, it's another single target that they can take on. That'll allow them to get more opportunity to heal. I kind of like these guys because they are good for poisoning, which the poison doesn't last too long, but it's still extra like chip damage. So here's another fight. There was no slugs here at this time. It was just Sakura and Kakashi. And he takes out I guess both of them. I don't see Guy, but oh, okay, well, Guy's there somewhere. He's concealed, or not, I don't know. That fence was just there for no real reason, but you see his characters are still low on HP, even though he has a healer. And Shizune healed because there was targets there. If there's targets, the other character will heal. From what I've seen, again, it's not like it's impossible. I don't want to say it's impossible, but I've not seen it in any of my defense wins. So now he had the opportunity to go through, but he avoided it. He has to go back and fight my Gaara because he skipped that big fight in the beginning of my stage, and he's going to get trapped here. Oh, no, he's not, because one of his characters already spawned that. He didn't get stuck in the bear traps because one of his others already caught that. So at this time, I had Gaara with slugs, and it worked out pretty well, to be honest. So I may actually kind of do something like this again. I'm not sure. and I had them getting buffed by defense too with the incense over there. You see the slugs? You see how he was beating up one and then just got all the way back up. Gaara actually, okay, so Gaara didn't get his ultimate off. Let's say Gaara is in a position to get his ultimate off. If you don't, like, see, that's the thing. If you're fighting a defense, and if you don't take out the characters that actually have ultimate jutsus, which it's impossible to tell from what I can see. If you don't take out those characters that have ultimate jutsus and you get them low on HP, they will spawn their ultimate on you, and you'll be screwed, right? So you have to be really careful, because that's a tactic that a lot of people don't really understand. Putting a good shinobi that you would typically have on your main defense team, your battlefield team, earlier on in the stages is helpful for that scenario. It's really helpful for that scenario because it catches people off guard. Now, sometimes people's defenses are like Tamari, right? Just looking at Tamari. Tamari's really good for her distance attacking, but she doesn't have an ultimate. So I don't have to worry about that same little aspect I just mentioned. So I would typically have my Gaara, right, way on my last stage here, but since I put him so early over there, you know, I didn't worry about it. This guy came in by himself, by the way. So yeah, he's really low on HP. I'm not sure why he came in by himself. There's a Sasuke. We're looking at a Sasuke. Sasuke is about to go down. So he triggers that, and that's a good jutsu. I'm not sure. It looked like he won. Maybe he ran out of time. I'm not sure what happened with that one, but that was really close. I think he ran out of time because it looked like he actually beat my stage, but sucks to beat him. All right, final replay, and we'll get out of here. Okay, let's see what this person does. We're actually gonna go a bit faster because I've already kind of pointed out everything that I wanted to. You know, bear trap, paper bombs. The little shocker thing wasn't there at this time, but again, that's a really good tandem. And there are other traps. Just feel free to customize it and change it to your liking. There's a wind tornado there. Okay. And some more poisons. And the guy came in. Jutsus got sealed. He killed my slug relatively fast. Wasn't worried about it. But if you look at Naruto's health, he's already at a third of his life. He tried to go the other way. There was nothing the other way except for another fence. Sealed. He's going to force his way through here, isn't he? He is. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. You see how low he is now? That couldn't have been more stupid. Like, his main isn't a character that can come in and just sweep the entire floor. It's not a Deidara, it's not an Itachi, it's not a Kakashi. You know, those characters that have really good AoEs. It's not a Might guy. It's Naruto. Now, Naruto can hit more than one target from what I've seen. I don't actually own the Rasengan, but I believe that he can. But he's not going to take out everybody because they're not all going to be bunched up generally. So he's really just a couple of hits away from dying, and Sakura's heal isn't potent enough to really stop this. So I'm going to actually put this back on 1x. I can't, really? Okay. He's already dead. Yeah, he should have just... Well, see, the other thing is I think that he skipped my Gaara fight. So sometimes you will get the opportunity to skip my Gaara fight because he's way off in the corner. So if you kind of just go the other way, you skip that fight entirely. But you have to go back to it if you want to open up the gate. So some people do go back. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out, show you guys how to build more potent bases, better bases, and fortresses, and get more fortress defense wins. Now, I can't really help too much in attack portion because I myself am not perfect at it, because it comes down to avoiding traps, and there's not really a trap detection. Like, I think they should add more time so you don't time out or things like that. Or you can always, you know, have better shinobi and stuff like that, and that helps too. And of course, running double healers is really good too for attack missions because of stuff like that. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you happen to be new for more Naruto X Boruto Ninja Voltage videos. Anyways, have an awesome day, guys.